So this is the VS Code. Okay, so we're going to open up with a folder. Okay. Mm, so I think everybody has the idea of HTML. I don't have to repeat that. Okay. But still, I'm going to tell something basic. Okay. Like for example, HTML. So this is the head tag where we're going to put all the links and connecting of the CSS file or any kind of external library such as Tailwind or Bootstrap. We're going to add here. Okay, like Fabicon, all kind of external link we're going to add in the head title. Okay, and the rest of the graphical part means what the user will see in our website, that going to be in the body part. Okay, so for example, if this is a mm, if this is a so first of all is if I going to tell you about the difference of HTML, CSS and JS. So HTML is a, like for example, for a human being, so our bone structure, this is a HTML. Okay, now our skin, our clothes, it's type of CSS. And our brain, the brain functionality, we are eating, we are running, okay, we are talking to other people, this type of functionality are done by the JavaScript. Okay, so for example, if I change the title, like for example CSS. Okay, so see the title has been changed. Okay, now we're going to add a heading, like for example, so this is the heading. So now if we want to put the center, so you can put the center as with the center tag. Okay, the center tag, if you put cutting cut and put in this center tag, and then you can put the heading in the center like a HTML tag. Okay, instead of this we can also add CSS. Okay, now we're going to add another file, that is style.css. Okay, so to connect the CSS file we're going to add like link. Okay, so if you see, this is the CSS. Okay, for example shorthand CSS, if you go, this is the CSS file. Okay, so here we're going to link our CSS file, what is the name of the file, if there is any, if the CSS file in any kind of folder, we can also add the folder like this. Okay, for example, if I created a folder and inside that if I put the CSS. Okay, now I have to connect, like this is the folder, and now I have added the this file name what is inside the CSS. Okay, like this. So now if I put instead of putting this center tag, I can also do like direct h1. Okay, h1 text align center. Okay, now see, so if I go through this, now see again it is in center. Okay, so now for structuring our HTML, we're going to use div. Okay, so symbol cutting, css, for example. So to connect the html tag or any kind of element, we can use two type of thing, okay, like id and class, okay. So how like for example, if I want to add want to design this whole div, okay, how can I do? Instead I can simply add like class, okay. So inside the class I can pull a name, okay, like for example uh, head, okay. And if I want to add id, we can use id, okay, for example this head, okay. But what is the difference between id and css class? That you can add multiple class name in a single quotation, okay. Like for example, I can add also index, for example another name, like for example heading, title, okay. So we can add multiple name inside the class, but in id we can add only the single, okay, single name. So now if I want to design with class name, like for example I want to design this with head tag, so simply I have to give the same type of name in the css file, okay. For example, for class we use dot, and for id we use hashtag, okay. For example dot the class name. See, in the element tag, when we are designing the element tag or connecting the element tag, see, we haven't used any kind of dots or hash, okay. So we simple retain the h1 and then we started the css thing, okay. But instead when we are using class, see, we have used dot, okay, dot head, and now inside that we're going to start our css. So like for example text align center, and or coloring the text. So this how we can color the text, okay. For example make it greener, okay. So now it has been colored green, okay. So this is green, okay. Now if I want to use background color, like for example I want to design this whole head, okay. So how can I do? Okay, simple head, then height. We can use height, okay. For example 500 pixel, width 500 pixel, okay. Now if I use background color, for example see, okay. So this how I have used the background color. See, in height, so now we also use text align center, but see, in the css it has been centered in the div tag, okay. How much height I have given? Like 500, okay. So this is the height of 500, and the width I have given 500 also, okay. So this is the 500. So it has been made it has been builded a box of 500 into 500, okay. So now inside the this box, when I using the text align center, now inside the box it is using the text in has been placed in center, okay. Okay. So now what so if okay, so now let me use some padding, okay. So if I want to so let me change the color, okay. For example inside of this I can use simply white color, okay. So see, white color, okay. Now if I want to use padding, for example for example if I want to use this h1, okay. So I want to use this h1 style, I can simply use this is like for example dot head, and now h1. So I am using like this class name, and inside that class name what is in for example this is the class, and I want to style the h1 tag. So what is h1 tag? If I there is also can be h1 tag in outside, okay. If I style h1 tag, then it will be style both of the h1, okay. So I have to specify so which h1 I'm going to style. Okay, so for example, so this is the class name. Inside this div, I'm going to style this h1. So simple use this h1, and now I'm going to style that, for example, padding. Okay, padding top. Okay, so there is, you can use padding left, right, simple way as I have used top. Okay, for example, 40%. Okay, see. Okay, now it has been placed. Okay, like for example, padding. So if I use margin instead of padding, can anybody tell me what will happen? Now can you tell me what is the difference between padding and after seeing the result? For example, this is the, yes. Tell me, Khushi.
The padding gives space inside the div,
Yes.
and the margin shifts from the topmost of the website.
Yes. So this is the thing. So that's why you use padding instead of margin. Okay, margin. Okay. So mm, now there is a padding. Okay. So let's make a border. Okay. For example, so you can see this border we can style. Okay. For example, border width. Okay. So border width, for example, 20 pixel. Okay. mm, border color, let put black. Okay, now then border style. Okay, so it should be dashed or dotted, like for example I want to give dotted. Okay, so see, now this will be the style. Okay,
We can also use it in one line.
yes, yes, we can use in online also. Instead of putting this border with border color, border style, we can use simply border, and we can put the inner beside everything. Okay, like for example 20 pixel, black, dotted, and also many more. Okay, so that's how we can use also in single line. So now border has happened. So border margin. Okay, now is also okay. For example, yeah, instead of border we can also use mm, outline. Okay, for example, outline width, say simple thick. Okay, now outline style solid. Can you tell me what is the difference between outline and the border? Hello, can anybody tell me what is the difference between outline and border? So see, if I use also the border part. Okay, for example, simple cut. Okay, now I also use outline. Okay, now see the difference. Okay, see, see the topmost is the outline. Okay, so let me make it solid also. Okay, for example, solid, and make it the outline color also brown. Okay, for example, let me make it 20 pixel also. See, so see, this is the border. This is the red line is the outline, and the black is the border. Okay, so see, so so the outline is the outside of the border. Okay, so next is okay. Then for example, mm, mm, okay, now okay, let me make a, so let's start with the also bootstrap, okay, together, because we're going to start with the React Native. Okay, so I think everybody has the idea of bootstrap, right? What is the bootstrap? Khushi, do you know bootstrap?
Yes.
Okay, okay, I think everybody is engineering students, so I think we should start with uh, let's make a website. Okay, for example, a template. Okay, I think everybody knows CSS, right? Most of probably. Hello, Khushi, Tanushree, Pradeep.
It's like intermediate level.
Okay, let's do one thing. Instead of I teach the basic thing, why don't you guys build a simple website right now? Okay, and then I'm starting with the advanced CSS. Okay, can you do that?
Okay.
Yes, and you guys, okay, share. What, Tanushree? You can share the screen. No.
I mean, 1 second.
Okay, okay. For in when we're going to learn the React Native. Okay, so we're going to build the app. Okay, so we're going to host the app in the Play Store. Okay, I don't think everybody has the developer account. Okay, in Play Store, but I have. Okay, you can host in my account, no problem. And you can also, if you want, you can also buy your account. Okay, no problem. Okay, enjoy your delicious food. Okay, so is this a code or you are showing the UI UX?
This is code and কিছু আছে বাকি
No, no, I am telling
আর
already. Did
কিছু
you
সেকশন বাকি আছে
okay, I'm just asking you that
yes
in previous. Yes. In previous, you showed me the UI UX design which you developed with Photoshop, right? So, right, did you already build the the actual front end, or is still the Photoshop outline?
yes, I have done the
Okay,
front
okay,
end website.
okay. Let me see. What you have built. Okay, okay. Enjoy your delicious. Okay, it's good. Then
আর সেকশন বাকি হয়েছে
okay.
আর ইউএক্স গুলো বাকি আছে
I think your screen has been stuck. Are you showing the enjoy your delicious food that thing? Okay, okay, okay. Now it's okay. No, okay, okay, okay,
আহ,
okay, okay. This is about us. Okay, special menu. Okay,
and this is not totally completed.
okay. So do one thing. Okay. So we're going to
And
do
also, this is kind of responsive. I mean,
okay, responsive also. Okay, you can do
also
one thing. You
responsive.
can host this website in GitHub. Okay, do you know how to host the your website in GitHub and lives?
No, I don't know about GitHub.
Okay, okay. I'm showing you. Okay, for example, mm, for example, mm, let me show you. Okay, yeah, Netlify. You can also try with Netlify. No problem. Yes, that's also correct. Yeah, Netlify. Simply go to the Netlify. Okay, simply go to the Netlify. Okay, just for example, this is the Netlify. Okay, for example, this is a website I built it for when I was taking the front end class of RCC college. Okay, so this I built it. See, okay, for example, so this is a simple website. This is totally with HTML and CSS. No, okay, no JavaScript has been used. Okay, totally HTML CSS. Okay. So you can simply do one thing. You can just this is the Netlify. You're going to get this is the home page. Okay, now you can simply go to the this option, add new site, and deploy manually. Okay, you can also deploy manually. Simply this type of thing will come. You can also browse your folder, or simply you can just drag and drop the folder. Okay, like for example, if I want to for example for example for example for example mm, for example, if I want to simple website, for example, this is an website. Okay, for example, yeah, so I'm going to just like drag and drop the thing. Okay, see, it's going to host in a minute. Okay, see, if you go to the home page, see, your site has been hosted. Okay, see, now if you go to this, so this is not totally builder. Okay, I was just trying to build. Okay, so this, see how your site has been okay, just drag and drop. You can also change the site name with site configuration, with change site name. You can also change your site name. Okay, can you see my screen, Ankon? Yes, okay. So for example, if I want to style the this CSS heading, okay, for example, so there is another thing, like for text align, there is a text shadow. Okay, for example, if I give 2 pixel and 2 pixel of up and down, and then what is the shadow of the color? Okay, shadow color, for example, brown. Okay, see, see, there is a shadow. Okay, can you see the shadow? Okay, we can make also bigger. Okay, if you give instead of 10, we can use 10 and then 10. See the shadow. Okay, so how we use shadow in our text? Okay, now we can, for example, I think everybody knows about list. Okay, okay, let's make a list. Okay, there is two type of list. Okay, unordered list and ordered list. Okay, so this list, if I put like for example item 1 and another list item 2, item 3. So see what will happen. So it will make a point arrow. Okay, if I want to numbering arrow instead of pointing, we simply use O instead of U. Okay, that is order list. See, so this is the list. Okay, so to how to link like for example I want to link this website. Okay, for example simply copy, and there is a anchor tag. Okay, for example anchor tag. Okay, so in this is the link where you're going to, if I click the link, what will happen? So inside the anchor tag, between the inside of the tag we can simple cut and paste the item. Okay, so it will build like a button. Okay, so when you click the title, for example this item 1, it's going to pass through the website or the link which we have provided in hef. Okay, inside the ref. Okay, reference. So now to see, now when we are sorry see now when we are putting the link, it's becoming a purple color. Okay, so we can do one thing, we can simply to change to make it like a normal text. Okay, we can simple, let me make a space. Okay, so in with BR we have simply made a space. We can also do with padding simple or margin. Okay, no problem with that. So for example if I want to style the anchor tag in the to make it simple like a text, so okay, okay, let me tell you one another thing, that is there is another another way to design, that is inline styling. Okay, for example inside the inline styling we simply write text decoration. Okay, there is a text decoration that we can simply do none, and if you go through the thing, that is okay, see the line has been vanished. Okay, see now it has been changed to like simple text. Okay, we can also change the color. Okay, like for example color black. See now, see, okay, now when I clicking this, same thing will happen, but see there is no change between the item 2 design item 1. Okay, the two are similar type. Okay, now so another thing we can do, like for example okay, can do another thing, that is image. So how to put image? Okay, like simple image. To put an image, we simply search image. Okay, in website, sorry, for example, sorry, okay, simple image. If we simple copy the address and paste inside the image, and then you can see you will get the image. Okay, now we're going to style that. Okay, we can there is image, in image there another function, that is height. You can put simply height instead of putting inline styling or another external CSS. Okay, but we can also, like for example, height 200 pixel 200 and width 200. See, now it has been changed to it the height. Okay, 200 into 200. Okay, now so we can do another thing, that is by text align center we can center the image. Okay, but we instead of that we can use another thing, that is position. Okay, for example, image as we using simply element HTML defined element. So now we can use position, and position there is the absolute, fixed and relative. Okay, fixed, when we're going to build the navbar we will see the fixed, but now absolute and relative. Okay, so now we're going to use absolute, and when, like for example, bottom 20 pixels. See, when we have put the bottom it will go to the up. Okay, but instead of absolute, we if you give relative, see, it will go like in opposite direction. Like for example, bottom means it will go to the down. See, okay, can you see, is going to the down. Okay, for example, if I put another 40 pixel. See, for example, if you want to bring it to center, like for example left, if I put left 40%, then it will go to the light. See the left side. See, if I give left side 40%, is going to the opposite of right. Okay, for example, if I give, so this is there is also a right. Okay, right 40%, 60%. So it has been fixed to the center. Khushi, did you build something? Build the
You said that you'll teach after seeing her website, so I stopped.
okay, no problem. Actually, Ankon, for Ankon I am devising the thing. Okay, I think you guys know this thing, right? Position, image, all that.
Yes.
Now see the z axis. Okay, z index. Okay, for example, let me comment out these things. For example, let me also comment out these things. J index. For example, if I put a image, for example, there is a h1 tag. Okay, for example h1. So this is a let's make a flower. Okay, flower. Okay, now we can do one thing. We can take simple image. Okay, let's take a flower picture image. Okay, with, for example, we take a simple flower, like for example this, copy image address and simple put this. Okay, now so see, see this is a flower, and what we can do, the z index, that is so the initially all the z index is 1. Okay, so what is z index? Okay, so z index, like for example, do you know guy like Ankon, do you know the align? Okay, like for example, this is the flower, and this heading and the another image is beside each other, right? So they cannot overlap each other, right? Because they are in the same index, means same x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so if I put, like, for example, this flower or this image or this heading, for example, if I make this flower to z index -1, okay, what will happen? For example, image, let make it image position. Okay, we have to use position, then absolute, and now left cell, then top 0 pixel, and now we're going to use another thing, that is z index. Okay, so z index, let's make it -1. Okay, see then what happens. Okay, see the flower, the the heading has been came top of the image. Okay, see, so we can do another thing, that is color style. Okay, see. Okay, so did you understand the z index, all of you? What is z index? Okay, so then another thing, that is, so now we're going to see the float. Okay, float,
আচ্ছা, একটা কোয়েশ্চেন ছিল, বলছি জেড
বল।
ইন্ডেক্সে মানে যে এলিমেন্টটা শেষে থাকবে ওই এলিমেন্টটাই তো টপে আসবে, মানে এইচটিএমএল এর ইয়ে হিসাবে যেটা শেষে থাকবে
না
সেটাই তো
না না
টপে।
না, দেখ 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 এবারে দেখ, ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে, দেখ দেখ, ইমেজ আছে দুটোরই জেড ইন্ডেক্স হচ্ছে 1
হুম
ওকে।
হুম হুম হুম।
দেন লাইক ফর এক্সাম্পল স্টাইল, ইমেজের স্টাইলটা হবে -1 যখনই দিচ্ছি তাহলে ওটা পিছনে চলে যাবে। ইমেজে যখন
আচ্ছা।
-1 দিচ্ছি তাহলে পিছনে চলে যাবে। এবারে দেখ, আমি সিম্পল তোকে আরেকটা জিনিস দেখাচ্ছি, সেটা হচ্ছে, ধর আমরা সিম্পল একটা বক্স কেটে, ওকে, লেটস মেক আ
হুম
3 বক্স। ওকে, লেটস মেক আ 3 বক্স। ফর এক্সাম্পল, makes a box. Okay, for example, div, another div. Okay, simple, I'm giving class, for example, this brown. Okay, brown class. Okay, simply I'm making a box of brown. Okay, and this will be green. Okay, and another will be will be you can tell, let's make it red. Okay, so now we're going to so you can so okay, so let make it okay. See, for example, if I totally do this thing, like for example, okay, so this is the blank screen. Okay, for example, green, sorry, এই দেখ ব্রাউনটা দিলাম, দেন 7 pixel 500 pixel ওকে আমার একটা ভুল হয়েছে মিস্টেক করেছি সেটা হচ্ছে সরি অনেক ভুল হয়েছে আমি মাথা খারাপ হয়ে গেছে গ্রিন so এটা একটা so this is the first box okay green box okay oh sorry this will be brown okay let's make it brown okay so let's make it smaller okay like 200 okay so this is the brown okay same way we're going to build the green okay same way we're going to build the red okay I think let's make it different color because the brown and will come like similar type okay let's make it to this color okay so see they all came in like this okay then we're going to apply a position okay for example position absolute and top will be same 0 means it will be at the top okay top like 0 pixel and left will be also so let's make only top okay see it will going to be this see it overlapped the green box right you can see now we're going to put all of the class same thing okay like for example this and this see all going to overlap like let's make it 2 pixel okay like 3 pixel it's make it 10 pixel okay okay so see they all came like this okay okay do one thing let's make it 30 pixel and let's make it 50 pixel okay let's see what happens I want to show you the thing okay and left let's make it left a little bit let's make it left a little bit okay left left 20 pixel okay see so they all made like a cards okay now left will be 40 pixel okay see so they all made like a cards so now right now if I put see red is in the first right if I put red z index minus 1 let's see what happens okay see so z index so see this red has been placed behind the green okay and right now if I put green z index minus 2 see what will happen it will go to the last see the z index of the blue is initially 1 right so now if I give z index of blue minus 3 what will happen see it will go to the last see now you understand did you understand the thing
Done. Got it.
okay now the concept is clear of z index
Yeah. That's it.
okay so now okay it's already 9:57 okay so any problem okay we're going to start with the advanced css okay in